So the virtual VUE factory acceptance test, or VUE FAT, is a virtualized experience that we've created for our clients versus the factory acceptance test of being on site.
This virtual FAT experience allows customers to get the same acceptance test experience that they would in person virtually.
It's an offering that we developed in response to market demands that we saw and heard from our customers, and market demands that we anticipated. It's our way of leveraging current state-of-the-art digital capabilities to create some efficiencies and additional value for our customers.
Allows multiple people to engage in the factory acceptance test due to lack of travel. I'm unaware of any other companies that are doing this today.
The VUE FAT is a great example of our team's focus on finding innovative solutions to the challenges that our customers are facing today, or the challenges that we anticipate our customers facing in the future.
This idea was put together by the team during COVID pandemic.
When COVID happened, customers obviously were not able to travel as much as we would have liked them to. FATs have always been kind of a standard in our industry to come on site and test the system to make sure it functions properly. We came up with a way to do a virtual FAT to allow customers to virtually check our panels and verify that everything's functioning and built as they were expecting it to be.
Most of our clients are, like many industries, facing unprecedented challenges related to workforce and the availability of skilled labor. And the VUE FAT is our way of providing an opportunity to help our customers leverage their resources more efficiently.
Yeah, so now that we're kind of moving on past the COVID travel restrictions that we were seeing a couple of years ago, this allows us to have our customers save on travel costs that they would otherwise be eating to come to site to check their systems, as well as time. The people that come to do these FATs are typically people that are in plants. They spend 10, 12 hours a day putting out fires and dealing with issues. So the less time that they're away from the plant, the better.
Kind of maximizing the efficiency for our client's perspective, allows more people to engage in a factory acceptance test by not having to be here and doing it all virtual. We can record this as well, so it creates them an opportunity for those folks who can't make it or kind of curious to see, to look at this at a later date.
The VUE FAT is impactful in a positive way for our customers today, primarily because it gives them another option to more efficiently execute their projects, allow them to complete the same work from the comfort of their own office. So in some respects, using the technology that we do use, we think we can have a more effective, higher quality experience for our customers.
There's several pieces of equipment that we use. Obviously traditional fluke amp meter, but one that's integrated in virtually so our clients can see the output of that. We have a camera that is on our technician, so you can see a bird's eye view of kind of what they're seeing. Then we also have a pan, zoom, tilt camera that our clients have access to that they can control and take a look at the enclosure, the equipment that is part of the factory acceptance test.
We integrate into the client's dashboard a real-time view of the PLC program, all the digital files, AutoCAD, that are being used and tested.
From a customer standpoint, they really only need a PC. It's helpful if they have multiple monitors, but a PC with a web camera and access to a Zoom. From our standpoint, it only requires 2 people during the FAT, probably a handful more to set up and get everything ready. From our side, there's a project manager that's kind of running the VUE FAT and going through the checklists and highlighting drawings and making sure that everything's going properly. And then there's a technician, a QC technician, that actually physically checks everything in the panels to make sure it matches the drawings and is wired properly and installed properly.
From a client perspective though, for the success of this project, as many people as they feel that need to be in and witness this factory acceptance test can join. Because once again, we're virtual.
We're seeing the demand for this type of service and this type of factory acceptance test increase dramatically. Most of our customers don't know that this option exists for them today. So once they learn about the option, once they understand the technology that we use, and we can share with them the experience that they'll have, we're seeing the interest level increase dramatically.
This is 100% determined by our client and our customer. There is still value of coming on site. For sure, you can't duplicate 100% of the engagement, the interactions with our technicians, with our engineers, with our project managers virtually. That's just kind of the nature of it. But still, it's very effective. Use of everybody else's time. It's very efficient in what it does. So purely up to our clients which route they so choose.
First, we'll go through and verify that all of the components are installed on the back panel on the enclosure per the drawings and labeled per the drawings. Then we'll move into wiring checks. This has become kind of an optional thing where we will point to point each wire and make sure that the wires are landed per the drawings prior to power up. If customers want to see that, we will do it. Then the next thing is powering up the panels. We start highest voltage first, power on, verify voltage is correct, and then start powering up components one by one. And then once all the components are powered up to the highest voltage, we'll drop down to the next highest voltage and go from there. And that's just a way of verifying that we don't have any components that came in dead on arrival. And then after that, we will go through and verify circuit functionality. So e-stop circuits, any circuits involving a relay, motor starters, that kind of stuff. And then once that's complete, we will go through and do I/O checks. So we'll make sure all the I/O is functioning properly. We will check every single point. If it's an input, we'll put voltage to it and make sure the input's working correctly. If it's an output, we will check it with a meter to make sure that the voltage changed. Same thing with analog inputs and outputs. We will put a milliamp signal on it if it's an input and verify its reading in the PLC, and we will put an output through the PLC and verify that a meter is reading the correct milliamp reading. Then after that, we'll kind of check any miscellaneous stuff. So if there's any sort of purge system, we'll verify that's working properly. If we have any process equipment, we'll verify that stuff is working properly. If there's any piping and tubing, we'll verify that it can hold water and it's not leaking. We will also check to make sure that the network is communicating the way that we were anticipating it.
Yeah, I think the VUE FAT is definitely going to create a positive impact for our customers and for our team. It's a great example of how we've been able to leverage new digital capabilities to rethink some of the traditional processes that we've had, redefine some of those processes, and in some ways improve upon those processes to give all the stakeholders involved a better experience.
At the end of the day, I mean, this is a unique offering that we think we can bring to the market and give our clients options. That's what is the most important to us, is to continue to drive the team creatively, think outside the box in anything and everything that we do, and come up with solutions like this.